So we messed up. We put our window in, our passenger side window in, and it looks great. Like, look at it. It looks perfect. But unfortunately, we've noticed that it is leaking quite a bit, which means that we have to redo the entire window.
But it's not a failure.
It is absolutely
It's not a failure. It's an opportunity for us to show you how to replace a window that is leaking. So in this video, we're going to show you how to replace a bonded van window.
Hopefully how to replace it properly, because we haven't done it yet. So
we might do a third
works.
video on how to replace your replacement bonded van window if this one leaks as well. It's funny as well, because you'll see the process for putting the window on in the first place in like our next van conversion 101 video. And we were pretty confident about it.
I think that was the problem, you know. I think
we did it too quickly. Or we
had too much confidence.
Yeah.
Because I think in our first fan conversion it went so smoothly, the windows, and then we were too confident, and yeah, that was the issue.
Is that downfall? Apparently this is quite common. Is the takeaway. So it's good that we're doing this little video on how to remove and replace the window without damaging it, hopefully.
Also, the day hasn't started very well. Will just dropped his entire water bottle on him.
I just spilt my whole water bottle down myself. And then Mira shouted at me for fiddling with the camera.
I didn't shout. I was just disappointed.
Also, thank you very much to everyone who commented on our last video. All of your comments and likes and things are really appreciated. Apparently,
to those 4 people.
to those 4 people who commented. No, that's great. Mira has just told me that apparently we don't look at the camera when we're doing these videos. God, even now I'm trying to do it and it looks so
really
weird.
Hard.
It's hard. Yeah.
I'm so used to looking at my... Wow, that sounds incredibly self-centered and vain. But it's just to check that I don't look stupid.
Just assume that you do and look at the camera. So anyway, yeah. If we're giving you direct eye contact in this one, that's why. All
right, so Will is outside and he's got a bucket of water and we're going to show you where the leak is coming through. That kind of suggests that it's in one place. It's literally across the whole window.
Don't film me watching a video on what to do so I can make a video about what to do. That's ridiculous.
Step 1 on how to take your window off. Watch
someone else.
So we're going to start taking the window off now. How do we do that?
So I got this little wire removal kit from Amazon. This just contains a couple of these T-handles and a spool of stainless steel wire. Fortunately, we did such a bad job on this last time that we've actually got some little holes that we can see all around this bottom line of adhesive. So what I'm going to do is feed the wire through that. If you don't have any of these holes that you can see, most people will normally use a long, thin bladed tool just to cut a little channel in the adhesive that they can then feed the wire through. As you can see, we've got our wire now pulled through to the outside, so I'm just going to put it into this T-handle. So this has got a hole at the bottom, a slot here that the wire is going to come up through, and this little retaining hole at the top as well. So what we're going to do is just thread the wire through the bottom. You'll see it comes out the slot there, and then you just need to kind of fold back about 1/2 centimetre of the wire to go through this retaining hole at the top. You don't want it to come out the other end like it has there, so you just want to pop that back in, and then you can pull this down into the handle, and that is nice and taut. There you go.
That was really hard, and we've decided that the wire needs to be cut shorter, so that's what we're doing now.
We are back for day 2 of replacing our leaky window. We ended up just doing like a half day yesterday. We got bored and went home, and we were waiting for some...
No, we didn't. We were there all day.
No, we only got there at midday. We only got there at lunchtime. And then we, in fact, because we...
from lunchtime until like 7.
But we arrived and you said, right, should we have lunch? We didn't get the window back on, but we got it mostly prepped. And then this morning we planned to come down and just stick the window on and then get onto something else. But had a little bit of a mishap. We've got all of the filming equipment, so I've had to cycle back up and down the hill. So we're a bit hot and bothered, but it's coming along quite nicely. As you can see, the window is looking pretty clean all around the edge now. So the tool which definitely worked best was this razor blade window scraper. Found this really useful just for getting right up to the metal and getting all of that bond off. I'm just going around and giving it a very light sand with some 240 grit sandpaper as well. Going to make sure that the surface is really smooth, clean it off, and then we'll be ready to prime and rebond for the window.
We've taken off all of the previous sealant that we used and the extra sealant that we used in attempt to, you know, make the leak better. So we've also given it a sand and we've just made sure that it's kind of back to its smooth surface. We used some white spirit to make sure it was all clean, and we also re-rust proof painted it.
We're just putting this knock-on trim back on around the edge, just protects the bare metal edge and protects the window. This will be covered up anyway when we end up putting a wooden frame on it, but it's good to have.
Also, it's really, really hot and we're both very sweaty.
Also cycled up the hill this morning to get the camera
twice.
That we forgot.
Yeah.
So I'm very sweaty.
And I'm tired. I'm tired. But we set out today to get the window back on and also cut a hole in the ceiling for our skylight, which I don't know if that's happening. How's it going?
Much better than last time. I think heating the stuff up before makes it so much easier to squeeze out of this tube.
Yeah, it looks like a way thicker line.
Yeah, and following the advice of ChatGPT, actually, if you keep this nozzle as vertically as you possibly can to the surface, you get this nice like triangular bead. And it's stuck out quite far from the metal, which means when you do push on the window, it's going to contact all the way along this line, which is what didn't happen last time. And it's why we had a load of holes.
I'm just sat here watching Will do the hard part. And he is trying so hard that he's actually got beads of sweat.
Look, that's
on
not
his face.
That's not an
you
indicator of
can't see
anything,
it.
because I've been sweating all day.
Pure concentration there.
It's been a couple of days, everything's dry, and it's looking pretty good, I think. It's been on securely, we've obviously driven home with it, so it's staying on fine. We've got this nice continuous 3mm gap all along the bottom, which is why you might have seen those little bits of cardboard that we stuck under while the adhesive was drying. So I'm just going to do one more quick leak test just to make sure that it's all fine. Left it a couple of minutes just to make sure, but yeah, we're looking good, we're looking dry. So that's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found it useful.
Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and if you liked this video then definitely check out our other ones.
As we've mentioned a couple of times, we are doing this as part of a van conversion 101 video series where we'll be taking you through the whole process of turning this van into our dream tiny home on wheels.
Thank you for watching. Bye.